Cool, we're in business. Okay, so I'm still wasting time. I'm still resistant to buying any soil or potting mix just yet. So I'm doing all the little bits and pieces that you need to do without actually propagating or repotting. I'm gonna crush down some eggshells among a whole bunch of other things. That's the amount of dust that I have left at the moment. They of course go to feed the weed farm. They of course go to feed the worm farms when they're a bit ripe and a bit funky. That only usually happens when you feed them too much fruit and vegetables. Let's go. Done. Pack this up, then on to the next one. Right, so I've been collecting all the ash from the fire and I was dumping it straight into the compost bins. But what I noticed is that there were these tiny little specks of charcoal and I wanted to save them. So at the moment I'm just using this basket. What do you call this thing? Crate. And I save all the charcoal. Once I get all the charcoal, I'll dump it into a bucket like this, just to hang on to it. And so far I've managed to save all of that charcoal. I have plans of making a better one of these. This is why I bought this aluminium bucket for this specific reason. Let me show you. Whoops. So I've been chopping up jacaranda wood. Jacaranda is great, it burns really, really hot, but it makes a lot of ash. So it means I gotta clean this thing out once every 2 or 3 days. So this is where this bucket comes in. Keep them in here, put them outside. So there's still actually a bunch of coals in all of this ash. So I'll just leave this out here. It's kicking off a bit of heat. If I ever get a bit worried that it's a bit too hot, I might just spray it down with some welder. Yeah, let's do that. Look at all that, big chunks of charcoal. Another one of these very unglamorous jobs. It's something I tend to do in front of the TV or maybe with a podcast. And then I'll end up with a whole bunch of little squares like that. They are perfect to go in the worm farm, but also just to save everything from getting too wet, too funky. Just every now and then I'll put a handful in there and that will soak up all the coffee grinds, maybe some of the juices from vegetables. This, however, can be quite a long, laborious job, so sometimes I can't be bothered and I'll just do this instead. So it's much easier to do it like that. A lot of it doesn't chop up as easy as you think, but there is a lot of really, really great stuff for your worm farms. So yeah, that's me for the day. Bye.